Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another installment of Live Sky Astronomy. Boy, it's been a few drinks in between, hasn't it? A long time between drinks, I should say. And yeah, this is just basically a test. Nothing super exciting. It's just we've got the total lunar eclipse coming up next Monday morning, early in the hours of Monday morning. My computer. That's the last time I buy a second-hand computer. Honestly, that's just the biggest mistake I've ever made. So yeah, it's having a bit of a sad. But look, we're just broadcasting a picture of the moon at the and who knows what it's doing. Bloody thing. But anyway, hope everyone's well out there. Oh, look, you might have seen a couple. Here, I want to address this. Um, so there was a M-class flare a couple of days ago, and from the sun. This is the sun. We're not talking about the moon now. We're talking about the sun. And it did produce a flare that could present a G3 type storm. But looking at my apps, it's a bit of a non-starter. You know, people out there going, go and look for the aurora. Yeah, it's not going to happen because we've also got the obnoxious space egg right above us, and there's a picture of it on your screen there. So that's going to probably drown out any forms of seeing the aurora. So, but look, don't let me stop you. If you want to go out for a bit of a drive and see what you can see, well, good luck. But my recommendation is to your location is that's excluding people down in, of course, Esperance and Albany Way, because you can't go any further south unless you've got a boat. But anyway, look, off you go. Ridiculous. I might have to find um something to take the stress off the cables. I have no idea. This is just really. Oh, here we go. It's moving. Look at that. Yay. Here's a live picture. See, I'm not kidding. I'm not lying. Oh, now it's going to move off the screen. You watch. Anyway, um, hopefully people are out there. I'll just double check my phone, see if anyone's watching. If not, I'm just talking to myself in my backyard. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I've set everything up in the poolside observatory. Once again, harking back to our COVID days. Remember those heady COVID days? We were all locked away. We couldn't go anywhere, and the only form of entertainment, or one of the forms of entertainment, was me from the backyard, the full side observatory, showing you stuff through my telescope. Anyway, um, but yeah, so yes, if you want to go aurora hunting tonight, go nuts. I don't care. I went down to Cape Lewin yesterday and retrieved my Aries experiment. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I haven't didn't really make it that much public because I didn't want anyone going to pinch my equipment, but it was safe. It was located down at the Cape Lewin Lighthouse, just slightly to the east. Um, what the heck? Is that one of my dogs next to me? I think it is. Yes, it's my dog Lulu. She's just joined me. I thought I heard snuffling next to me, and I've really worried that if it wasn't her, then I don't know what has been lurking in the darkness. But anyway, I went to retrieve Aries, and Aries stands for the Aurora Australis Remote Imaging Experimental Station. So the whole reason why that was created was so I didn't have to drive like an absolute lunatic down to the south coast anytime Lady Aurora decided to go dancing across the sky. So I set this thing up in August, and I managed to capture some pretty nice pictures of the Aurora Australis and a pretty nifty time lapse on the 11th of October last year. Anyway, it's great proof of concept. It worked. I bought it home because I thought that the camera had died, but I'm grateful to say that the camera has not died. Potentially could be in New Zealand at the Mount John Observatory near Lake Tekapo. Now, if there's anyone listening from Aotearoa out there and you're down at Lake Tekapo, put in a good word for me because I'd really like to station it there. But I still have to work out how I'm going to make everything inside the box not freeze when it hits the dead of winter. So, but I mean, I've got a bit of time now. The sun is actually starting to reduce down in its activity, so the next time solar maxima hits will be about another 10 and a half years, so I've got a bit of time, if I'm still around, if we're still around. Anyway, so yes, we're looking at the moon. Isn't it wonderful? This is a prelude to let me just turn that off, see if that makes any sense. There we are. Prelude to the total lunar eclipse coming up. And of course, this is, people can either think this is exciting, I'm going to stay up all night, or people say, I really couldn't give a stuff, I'm just going to sleep all the way through it and just watch the reruns on the Gravity Discovery Center's YouTube channel. But we're actually co-broadcasting. Nope, that didn't work. We are co-broadcasting with a mob called SLOOH. That's spelled SLOOH. And SLOOH is a international education provider that has a number of telescopes around the world, some in the Canary Islands, some in the United States, and of course some in the eastern states of Australia and Coonabarabran. And they provide these wonderful half-meter class telescopes to actually bring pictures of the total lunar eclipse. And so I'll be providing the images, but the actual program will be done by SLOOH. So they'll be doing all the producing, the interviews, etc. And of course, I'm going to be one of the main talking heads on the thing, which will be, it's pretty cool. I'm up for that. So I'll be providing the pictures. I'm hoping the weather gods play nice. I may have to sacrifice a chicken and a flaming pentagram to appease the weather gods.